So one question that Mac and I have is, this is like a pretty tight knit group. Like, you don't just get to throw a Jackalopes logo on a hat and say you're a part of the Jackalopes.
You gotta be initiated, dude.
Okay,
There's a whole process.
So how does one get into the group? What do you got to do?
Good question.
Yeah,
Because
Kody,
there's a lot of people out here who probably want to start a group.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, who do you invite? Like, how do you get into the group, into the Jackalopes?
Just to start this, there is if you want to have a group, there is exclusivity.
You got to have exclusivity.
People can be like, well, don't, everyone's invited. Like, no, if that happens, then it won't be a group.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah. But Cody, like, what are some of the stuff we've done?
I mean,
do you guys have like in a rule book? Is it written out? Is there a PDF somewhere to download?
I mean,
there should be, but
there definitely should be. I mean, we always, as we initiate somebody into the group, we always talk about all the horrible things we're going to do to them. But no, it really is just, hey, if you're a good fit for what we love to do, right?
Yeah.
The end of the day, it's more about a group, a community of dudes that are passionate about something and love. There's not one person that does just one thing, right? Yeah. We mountain bike together, we dirt bike together, we snow bike together, we surf, we do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So, and we're just genuinely all good friends, and that's like the foundation with it. And I think,
pause right there, because I want to make sure that's a big sticking point. I think is a lot of these groups, it's just, hey, in the wintertime we get together.
Yeah.
Right.
But you guys are year round. So,
right. So having other activities that you can do. And I that was something that I thought of earlier. I'm like, what is the secret sauce? Well, that's part of it. We have this group that we have these things that are cyclical. So once the snow's gone, what else? What's next? And so we have mountain biking, where we're heavy into dirt biking, that we're heavy into. We also surf the river in the Boise. So, and then just other things. Through that, you also just become friends, and your wives become friends, and so there's some benefits, there and crossover there.
Yeah.
And now we're having kids, and I'm sure kids are, going to start hanging out and be, so there's just all these little connections that are made. But I think, when you bring somebody new in, it just is a matter of like, do they jibe with it? And you find there's been members that have come and gone, and then there's been some that have stayed. The only time that I can say we've ever
kick someone out. Because that was my next question was,
yeah.
Is there ever an awkward moment where you got to be like, hey, give me back the hat?
There was only one time where there was some beef, and there was a member that wasn't really participating anyway. So it was just remove him and all it is you just remove him from the text.
Boom, they just get
and they can't have a droid. That's the other thing. That's the other exclusive thing.
We do have
big
one. Yeah,
prerequisite right there.
We've got one guy that has a droid, but he's not in our text
allowed
group.
On the text group.
He's not in our text group, so I have to text him afterwards. He's like, "Am I going to earn my spot?" I'm like, "I don't know."
You just need to have two phone plans, dude. Because I'm not. That's more me being stubborn. But I
one
love
for
that I can
for the Jackalopes, one for everyday life.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay. So if you do get kicked out, you just get silently removed from the text group. No questions asked.
I mean, if we get invited in, and we actually in our group, it's like, hey, we've got Joe Blow over here. We're going to invite him into the group. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's important.
I mean, we do. We actually
it's
ask.
It's a vote thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a vote thing. Yeah, I think he'd be great. Let's invite him in. He's been riding with us and kind of doing our thing. I mean, and not everybody snow bikes in the group. Not everybody. Actually, I think everybody rides dirt bikes.
Yeah. Well, not everybody. Caleb doesn't, but
no. Yeah. So not everybody.
But everybody does do one of these things.
Yeah.
Well, typically multiple of them.
And multiple usually.
Yep.
So there is that element where that would be exclusive. If they're just a friend because they make you laugh, great. But we're a friend group that gets together to go do stuff. And if we're gonna spend time, I think the other thing is, I know this. Cody and I have talked about this. I love Kody. He's great, and it'd be fun. It's fun to hang out with him. But when I have free time, I want to recreate, and so I find buddies that I can jibe with, with our personalities and stuff, but also that want to do the same thing because I know how I want to spend my free time.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like it. So You guys, what's the number? What's the count up to? Would you say? Is there?
Good question.
Are you guys like a dozen or less, or are you like over a dozen?
No, I think we're almost
Maybe right around
10.
a dozen.
Yeah.
Right around 10
for the full, because you have a few that are kind of members, but they're not part of the text.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably a dozen.